the Amicable Mayoral Exit, Stone Cold Lovers, and the Blind Scooter Guy.
My name is Bummer Webb.
And I'm Christopher Olsen.
And you've been listening to... No, you're about to listen to This Week in Sedgefield. Yeah, so we could... we're on. Okay. I won't tell you the story of the watermelon and the whipped cream.
No, I know it, yeah.
And the tree.
Yes.
Yes. What are we going? Oh, what were we saying? We weren't saying much. We were saying, what a week.
What a week.
It has been a crazy week.
What a time. Even, I suppose we can say globally, but locally as well. But I think everyone's feeling, a lot of countries, and a lot of people in a lot of countries are feeling that there is a lot going on.
It almost feels like a dream or the makings of a movie.
Yeah. Oh, it does.
Things are just going, yeah.
No, it is. It's all very days of our lives like.
Yeah.
In
days of the politicians' lives.
That affect, and I think we're seeing more than ever how much politics really does affect everyday lives.
Yes.
Where it's gone from just sort of complaining about, whatever's going on to seeing.
And I have a confession. I'm a bit of an addict. And I can often sort of look up and realize I've lost 3.5 hours because I've been watching the latest
Penguin
speech
movies
by I wish the latest speech by the latest politician whatever. What's going on in Europe, what's happening in Ukraine, what's happening in the States, and even here,
in a big way,
we were keeping a low profile, and then suddenly
we tried
2% VAT.
Oh, right.
That was like came out of the blue. They want when I said more, I heard about more VAT.
Yes,
I thought maybe an increase in wine, but apparently not.
No, not at all. Increase in
just money. They want more of our money,
not just on the vats of wine.
Yeah.
Although that's one of the things that we get taxed on as well. You were telling me though. So in South Africa, we get taxed on like 18 things. Was it?
I think that's the amount.
Okay. Yeah, somewhere around there. You know, where we got our VAT, we got our
PAYE,
yes, all of those sort of things.
Death tax, all those things. Yeah,
which I think some of them. Well, I mean, we're all just feeling it in such a big way, and that's
It takes money out your pocket. It really does.
In such a big way. Yeah. And what's really frustrating about that money out the pocket, it would be great if your streets were looked after, if that money was going towards something meaningful. For the promised houses and oh man, this went somewhere else.
Even if it was meaningful for other people.
That's right. That's what it's for.
That's what it should be.
But where so much of it is going is into a blue light brigade and security guards and corruption.
So yes.
The corruption. Yeah. But in Zimbabwe, you were saying that how much they're taxed and how many tax things are?
They have, I think it was 90.
90.
That's different taxes.
Oh boy!
Now, this is a country that doesn't have SASSA grants. It doesn't have money for unemployed people.
Yeah,
the hospitals are in a shocking state.
I've seen some pictures.
Government leaders are living opulent lives. They were showing
painful.
A comparison. I think it was some head of government or government official driving in a brand new Land Rover.
No, man.
Something along those lines. Whilst then cut to a government hospital where they had to fix someone's broken leg with cardboard and tape because the hospital had run out of plaster of Paris. I mean, that's a cheap thing, plaster of Paris.
If you can get it.
So we must feel fortunate where we are.
That's right. But we also, I think the fear now is that we look at things like that and look at all these increases and look at what could happen to our country. And I think that is a real fear. But what we do have going for us, honestly, is a lot.
Yes.
And
just
also
as a country. The fact that the other members of the GNU, the VA, stopped the thing going through. That's democracy at work.
That's powerful. I mean, they've just stuck to everything that they said they were going to do. They said there would be no billable. They said there'd be no NHI. They said, they are nailing it one for one. Pat themselves on the back for that one. Done. Well, no, sorry, this is me being very cynical. But
yes, no, absolutely. But they did I mean, they stopped the budget
They
being
did.
done.
And
so
yes,
whether or
and
not
I'm so
that's going to
grateful for that.
happen long term,
Yeah.
whether or not they're going to stop the VAT, but at least there's some sign of democracy at work. Because if this had happened a couple of years back,
Yeah.
I mean, basically what would have happened is the Treasury would have said, we're going to up VAT by 2%.
Yeah.
And then all the MPs that have the majority, i.e. the ANC.
Oh, right. It would have just gone through. That's very true.
That's fine by us.
Yeah.
And it would have gone through.
No,
So,
fair point. Yeah,
I
well,
like to see democracy at work. Yeah.
yes, when it does work.
Yes.
And it does, and it can. It absolutely can. And this is hopefully one. But we need some creative solutions. And I still think and maintain, and it feels like there's a lot of kind of desire for it to really winnow down and to optimize the bureaucracy.
Yeah,
so
that would be good.
So that it's a democracy, not a bureaucracy.
Good one.
Because that's where so much of it, really is. That's an Elon Musk one, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Gotcha.
I can't believe you quoted an Elon Musk.
So we need some innovative ideas, and we are a country who is good at innovative ideas and implementing them.
Yes.
Such as penguin decoys.
Yes.
That's how you move on to that.
Oh, well done. Well done. Yeah, that's good. What do they call it in the movies? Segway. Yeah. So, there's a whole new thing. This came about on Valentine's Day.
Of course it would, yeah.
Of course, yeah. And what they said, this is sandcob and South African Birds Association. So sandcob are the penguin
guys.
people. I'm not sure how that works because there's no P in sandcob.
That you know of. It could be a silent word.
A silent P, yeah.
Okay,
but anyway, they look after the seabirds. Sandcob. South African National...
Cob.
Don't know.
Decoy makers.
Yes, decoy makers.
They're all about that.
Anyway, so that aside, what they decided and what they put out there on Valentine's Day was that...
I love that this was on Valentine's Day. Yeah,
it's great. Was that the African penguin? Now, remember last edition we had that lovely picture of the African penguin.
Yeah, love it.
So
love that whole story. It was so
sort of
cool.
a follow-up to that. Yeah. African penguins are so badly endangered.
Yeah.
That they're having to do all sorts of things to try. Now, what happens? This is crazy.
Yeah.
They mate for life. Well, I'm sure they stop every now and then, but they find lifelong partners.
Yes.
So when they split up for one reason, and these are so highly endangered creatures. So,
very sensitive.
Yeah. So when they split up, they kind of get depressed because they've lost their
nothing worse than a depressed, divorced
penguin.
Oh,
yeah, and then you can't do anything with them. I mean,
they stand on the beach.
Take them to the movies.
They're not waterproof.
Yeah, they just stand. Yeah. So what they've done is they've put up. They're calling them decoy dates. And it's for a changing love life for penguins.
Oh,
so
bless
there we
their
go.
hearts.
What the press release says is that in an effort to save these charismatic birds, researchers have turned to an unconventional tool. It's very unconventional.
Yes.
Penguin decoys. Yep.
I hope they're charismatic.
Skillfully crafted.
There we go.
Concrete replicas. Now, I mean, firstly, I want to get a business card.
I don't know where firstly where
Penguin
you go
decoy creator.
That's it. Yeah. You put that on the
Skillful.
CV.
Yeah, this is an extra skill. What do? Not only do I craft penguin decoys, I do it skillfully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With real charisma.
Probably use your James Bond voice.
Of course, yeah.
I skillfully craft
penguin. Oh, penguin. That's what James Bond sounds like now.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, so what these decoys are doing, they're luring other penguins,
unsuspecting photographers.
That too, but into safe areas. So they're trying to keep the penguins in safe areas.
Good.
They're trying to also stop the fishing vessels and those sorts of things from going into these safe areas, to stop them disturbing the penguins, but also to stop fishing. So the penguins hang out on the beach because they do. They don't live in the sea. They hang out on the beach, standing, molting. And
considering
you're considering
charismaticing.
Yes. Commiserating,
yes.
And then they go into the sea and catch some fish.
Yeah.
But if the boats are taking all the fish, the penguins will then move on to other areas.
They're very sensitive.
That's it.
They'll be sad.
Yeah. I&J will take them, fish fingers and oh geez. So they want to keep the penguins in the penguin colonies.
Yes.
So they're
keep them in safe protected areas.
Yeah. So they're putting up these decoy penguins.
Yeah.
And they've got recorded penguin calls.
Yes, that was the recorded penguin call. By the way, I was doing it for them. Yeah.
I thought it was. Oi! Come over here, gorgeous. Oh, I do like those wings. Can you fly? No. They've got type penguin calls. Hello, is that penguin? And they're getting the African penguins into safer breeding grounds along our coastline.
Yes.
They're calling these decoys, wait for this,
oh, yeah?
stone cold lovers. Hey?
Of course they are. I love that. That's good stuff.
And they say they might not be the real deal, but they're playing a crucial role in encouraging penguins to establish new colonies in food-rich areas.
Good.
Protected from human disturbance and predators. One of these, this is one of the areas, is De Hoop Nature Reserve.
Yeah.
They're creating a land predator-free zone.
Nice.
And that they reckon the decoys are helping kickstart
it's actually working.
New colonies.
Oh, man, that is cool.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that idea.
A safer place for them to raise their young. That's the penguins.
Oh, penguins.
And it has apparently been successful with other seabird species like the Atlantic puffin in the USA. They reckon, it's going to be a lifeline. And the African penguin is our only native penguin species, it says.
Yes.
And, okay, so I'll give you a quote to end this with.
Please
Christina Hagen.
Yeah?
Oh, Christina Hagen.
Yes.
Pamela Istel, Fellow of Penguin Conservation at BirdLife South Africa. I don't know if that's all one name.
Wow.
Because
one is a decoy.
One is a decoy name.
They're very good at that.
Anyway, I want this on my business card as well.
Yes.
Fellow of Penguin Conservation at BirdLife South Africa.
You print business cards. You can do it,
I'm going to print my own. By creating a safe place for them to breed in an area with a better food supply, we are actively working to counter one of the biggest threats to their survival. How's that?
Oh, that's very good.
While the process takes time and comes with challenges,
of course,
the fact that the wild African penguins have already started breeding here is an incredibly positive sign.
I'm cheering for them.
I'm a little concerned. If I was a penguin and I felt like doing a bit of breeding in a colony, in a safe place.
Valentine's Day,
Yeah, I don't think I'd want this concrete penguin looking down at me, watching every move
and distracting you and decoying you.
Yeah. And what if penguins fall in love with these decoys?
It'll be for life.
Oh man, that's so cold.
Okay, so I like this idea of getting a decoy to help kind of fix something. Do you think we could apply this to our local municipality and perhaps have a decoy politician? But is that the next point? Yes.
But just hold that thought.
Okay, I'm holding it. We haven't talked about penguins enough.
No, because I've just found another lovely quote.
Oh, I'm excited for it. Yeah?
Just like humans, penguins can divorce after tough breeding seasons.
Whoa.
They actually can divorce.
Whoa.
And then they seek new partners in the hopes of better success next time round.
Oh,
is that like
you ended on a sad one now?
Yeah, that's. But wait.
Yes, I'll wait.
But much like in human relationships, breaking up breaking up is hard to do. Don't take your... No, breaking up comes with its challenges. New couples often struggle with nest building, chick rearing, and finding food, leading to lower reproductive success.
Oh, man, you're making... there are so many sad things now.
So sad.
Oh, I'm picturing... Because now when I think of penguins, I'm picturing the front page of the latest edition of The Age.
Yeah.
That penguin standing by itself, just staring out at the sea. I'm like...
Just staring out there.
Where's my cement decoy?
Well, maybe it was a cement decoy.
Oh, all this time.
That would be embarrassing.
It'll be a much easier release. Just throw it.
Throw it in the sea.
You'll feel less bad.
Float. They did say it wouldn't float.
There we go. Exactly. Yeah. It could be that. Okay, back to my brilliant idea.
Yes, what's that? It was a decoy politician.
A decoy politician, one that stands there and just says the right thing. Create jobs.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
And all those things.
Yes.
Do you think that would fix some of our things?
Encourage other politicians to have more sensitivity with one another and more friendly relationships.
Wow, yeah. But they seem a whole lot of them seem like they agreed on one big thing on Friday.
Also Valentine's Day.
It was
a busy Valentine's Day.
What a day.
Yeah, so Neisner voted out the mayor.
Bam. The votes of no confidence happened.
It happened.
I mean, we were listening intently.
Yeah.
And I stopped listening right before it happened.
I wasn't in a tent at the time.
Oh, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in the office.
I was.
So, yeah. Oh, you were. Okay.
Yeah. That was good.
Well, so it was bought, and I think we mentioned it before. It happened that the EFF guy, Mr. Neil Lowe, he proposed it, and it was seconded by Mark Willemse. So now that was already a bit of a mix, because Mark Willemse is part of the DA coalition. He's Kim.
Yes. Oh, coalition. Kim, sorry, I thought you were saying it's part of it. Yeah.
Kim are part of the DA coalition. Kim and DA.
Yeah.
And EFF, Neil Lowe's EFF, is part of the ANC coalition. Don't say it.
Oh, I know.
Just coalition.
Not the coalition of corruption.
Don't say that.
That's not helpful.
So that's already a bit of a romantic,
weird one.
Tete-a-tete, or whatever we say. A liaison.
You do say that, yeah.
A romantic liaison. Anyway. So then I think it was the only, you looked
at the agenda. It was the only item on the agenda. Yeah.
And this meeting happened to happen on Valentine's Day. And so they kind of met, and then they have a standard thing at these meetings where they have to say, oh, by the way, I'm involved in this now.
Yes, they declare their possible conflict of interest.
Has a security firm that's now linked with the municipality, they declare.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were declaring their love for one another, but it seemed like they might have been. Because then, what did they do?
Oh.
What do you do on a Valentine's Day?
You kick out a mayor.
No, you go behind closed doors.
Oh, fair. Yes, they went in committee.
They drew the curtains.
Kicked everyone else out.
Closed the doors. Kicked everyone out. Sent the children out to play in the garden.
That's right.
And who knows what happened in there?
I genuinely want to know.
When they came out, wasn't it?
It was.
You were also listening.
No, I missed that part, but I heard it from you.
So they came out of this long behind closed doors.
See, it was so long, that's why I got out of my tent and I went and I did something else.
For a walk. A romantic walk on the beach.
By myself.
With a penguin. And they came back and they said, okay, let's vote. And we were, what?
Yeah.
And they voted the mayor out. The figures, I think, in my head were 13 to 8. Would have been, there's 21 councillors, so it would have been 13 to 8.
Yeah.
Now that means that
means a lot of
probably
things.
only the ANC voted against it.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's where that makes a bit more sense.
Yeah. But... and that's a big but. I always say that.
Yeah.
What happened thereafter? There wasn't like a celebration of a woo, let's elect a new mayor.
Yeah. Exciting times. We're moving ahead. We're forging ahead.
Each party leader, I think it was the party leaders, a representative from each party.
Yeah.
Then talked the mayor, the outgoing mayor, Aubrey Sengwa,
yeah.
they said, "Oh, well, thank you for your time.
Yes.
Thank you for what you did. So nice of you.
We appreciate you.
You really tried hard. You are a man of the people, blah, 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 blah."
Yeah.
Now, this is the same mayor who the group has taken, the Neisner Action Group, are they?
It was a tag.
Tag,
Yeah. The action group.
The Action Group.
Yes.
Nothing to do with, well, no Neisner in the name, but they are the Action Group.
Yeah, the Action Group.
So you'll remember that in the last few months, that's been taken to court, and the court decided that Mr. Tsengwa and Mr. Marby and the speaker,
and the speaker, that's right,
have to be
they recommended that they should be relieved of their duties.
Because they had said told lies in court.
Yes.
They alleged that they had told lies in court.
Well, under oath.
Under oath,
yeah. So then they said that they should be, and a lot of the council. And
that was what. That's not what we're saying. That's what the court.
That's
saying.
That's what. Those were their findings.
So then, as we go back to this meeting on Friday, they said, "Thank you, Mr. Tsengwa, for your time.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Kind of weird.
You're our friend.
Yeah,
you're our friend."
Because they're going to still have to work with him. He said in his resignation.
Which look, we've always been guys that have said it's time they had more respect for one another in the council chambers.
Yes.
So that.
Just seemed at a weird time. They fight over all sorts of other things.
It just seemed weird because it was out of the blue. They were all... And then they didn't elect a new mayor.
No. Because Neil, that's where I remember I stopped listening. They'd come back out and he said, but it was, I think, the law already. I think he just wanted to make it explicit that they have to elect a new mayor within 14 days and added that to his item.
Yeah.
And it was seconded again.
Yeah.
Well,
because normally it's done on the turn because normally
you've
got to have a mayor.
Yes.
You've got to have a mayor.
Yeah.
So normally what happens is whoever's got the mayor out, the leading coalition thereafter will have made plans. The word would have been happening in the corridor. Things would, and it would have been decided. Normally, it's actually okay. If we get rid of him, which one of us are you going to make mayor?
Exactly.
Or if we vote for you to be a mayor, can I be deputy? Blah 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 blah.
But that hasn't happened.
They normally do a vote of no confidence in all three.
Yeah.
Mayor, deputy, and speaker.
Yeah.
So that was a bit weird.
Yeah.
And then they said that the deputy mayor, Mr. Marby, will be acting mayor until they decide on a new mayor.
Yeah, which there are about another 7 days of this. And he's done some weird stuff. I mean, there was
Well, he was part of the three that were supposed to go.
Yeah, but obviously he wasn't. But now he's started to set up a committee?
A mayoral committee.
A mayoral committee, which is only what a mayor, full-blown, not acting mayor, is supposed to do, if I understand correctly. That's weird. It doesn't sound right, yeah?
And? He's invited Aubrey Tsengwa, the outgoing ex-mayor, to be on that mayoral committee.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a joke, man. It's a joke.
Now, okay, I don't like conspiracy theories, but I have one.
Don't like them, but I think
if you're persuading a mayor to step down, to say, come on, mate, you know, the court's going to throw you out. Just step down. Maybe it'll all blow over.
Your name is in a lot of court papers at the moment.
One of the biggest problems is it's a big darn drop in salary.
Yeah.
Sorry, a darn big drop in salary.
One of those.
Who's holding the salary?
Where's my salary?
It's a huge drop. It's like an almighty fall. Yes. I think it drops from...
Like 60.
And I haven't looked at the latest figures, but when I last looked, I think it was 120,000 a month for a mayor.
Oh, that's right, because it was the mayoral council or whatever, that committee. Yeah. Well, council, that would get like 60. That's what I had in mind.
Yes, the mayoral committee. So, but a normal councillor, as in just a plain old councillor, is sitting on, I think, about 30.
I think the part-time councillor was just about 20,000.
Yeah,
and that was after they approved
That's if you hold a real job as well.
Okay.
I don't know if any of them do.
That. Yeah.
So
No wonder.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I don't know, but anyway,
But it's a big drop.
It's a huge.
It's
drop.
a significant drop.
It's like going down to a quarter.
Whoa. Oh man.
So perhaps maybe Mr. Tsengwa was saying, "Dudes, come on, man!
Yeah.
I can't take a salary drop like that." And then maybe they said, "Okay, we'll put you on the mayoral committee."
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
Now, the worrying thing about that
there are so many worrying things about that. Every part of it.
Rather worrying. And the next day, sorry, I want to cross to this because it is quite it's quite explanatory of where I'm going with this.
Okay, I'm with you.
The next day, all the niceness was forgotten.
Yes,
because the DA sent a scathing press release.
Yeah,
this is not obviously from the DA councillors themselves for Neisner.
Yeah.
This is from I think he's the MP, or the MP's office, whatever. It came from those offices.
Their press release.
And they're basically saying, that we're so glad that the mayor's out. He should have been out a long time ago. And no doubt the coalition of corruption are going to elect one of their members. So there was no sign that the DA coalition were going to get a chance at mayorship if they wanted it.
And now especially they won't after that.
We don't know, because next year is local government elections.
Are they holding out for that?
Maybe they're holding out for that. Maybe they don't want to take on Neisner in the state it's in. Maybe they're hoping that it does get no. You didn't say that.
We didn't say it.
Maybe they're hoping that it does get put under administration. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they've been pushing for that hard.
The general feel of that press release wasn't, we're going to take over and we're going to make Neisner run again. What they said was, this is typical. They're gonna vote in.
And the coalition of corruption is still in power, is what they said. So that was also kind of telling to say it wasn't the DA who was kind of spearheading this, but it was very interesting that it was Mark Willemse from their coalition of partner who was a big part of it.
Yes, he did. He seconded it. And I can understand. It's a bit like what happened in Zim quite a few years back, where they got rid of Bob Mugabe, and they got in Mnangagwa.
I see what you're saying. Yes,
even everyone was dancing in the streets because Bob had gone. Even though they knew he was being replaced by someone in the same party, and as it turns out, someone who is probably more corrupt than Bob was. But let's not get into that.
That could be.
So this feels like, and I'm not saying, please don't think that I'm saying that the ANC councillors are any way compared with Bob and Mnangagwa. But in effect, what's happening is they were celebrating the drop of the one ANC councillor as mayor, but. Well, Albert Marby is not ANC.
He's EFF, isn't he?
No, I think he's PBI.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
yes,
okay.
he's PBI.
So it was like
so he's temporary.
It was like the top of the council there got a haircut, but the head is still there.
The head is still.
How's that for an analogy for you? Hey? I think very helpful.
Job. So, but we're dwelling on that a bit much, I suppose. But watch this space. Very interesting.
Man, definitely going to check. I'm sure there's going to be more in the Age. Hopefully, I think they're going to vote and do all the things on the day that the paper goes out.
Probably, they normally
that's
do.
when they like to do it. Eh?
Man, very annoying.
It does feel a little bit like the blind leading the blind.
It does. And another good segue there, Chris. Thank you. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was what an amazing talk I went to on
Monday.
Evening.
This is cool. I've loved hearing about this.
It's just amazing.
You described it to me as the blind scooter guy.
He's called the blind scooter guy.
It's not just me making up that name. I don't know him or anyone.
He's an amazing guy, and I have to quickly search for him on my phone because I've lost the post.
Okay, but this was from the Lions.
Yes.
He was speaking at the Lions.
Basically, he goes around chatting with people. He's a blind guy.
I do that too. Okay, I don't have that part.
He's a blind guy that turned blind when he was 40.
Yo.
Yeah.
I mean,
so that's fully sighted.
Yeah.
And you know how he got blind?
I don't.
He was driving a scooter. That's why he was called the scooter guy there. Through Africa.
Oh, my word.
Get on a little scooter. Such an adventure guy.
Yeah.
Drove up through Africa.
Yeah.
Got sick somewhere along the way.
Oh, dear.
Eventually came back to South Africa sick. And basically, they tested him. They couldn't find what it was.
What is wrong.
And they treated his symptoms. So one day he would feel a bit better. Next day, nah.
Oh,
next
dear.
day, yeah. So a bit better at times.
Yeah.
And then one morning, he woke up out of the blue, blind.
Oh, my goodness.
And then he said,
that is just like ultimate
then the
nightmare.
doctors said, oh,
that's what it is.
What it is. This is what you had. I can't remember. It was a very medical,
something
technical thing. So he woke up blind.
Oh, that's horrible. So I would be very discouraged. I would go into a hole and
he didn't.
But he didn't.
He actually, talking of holes, he said he
we
felt
were speaking
like
of them,
he
yes?
was staring
Yeah.
at a lake of despair.
Whoa.
And he said, I could either dangle my feet in it, I could submerge myself in it, or I could say, stuff you, I'm not going anywhere near. And that's what he did.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
This adventurous guy.
Yeah.
He's been on, I should mention his name, shouldn't I?
Oh, that'll
his
be
name's
helpful.
Christopher Fenter.
Okay, Christopher
He's
Fenter.
had a program on, I think, Mnet or DSTV.
Really? Yeah.
He built his own house. Totally blind.
The blind.
Built
this
his
is
own house.
after being blind.
After being blind, he built his own house, and they followed his progress.
I mean, is it livable?
Yes,
apparently
it's quite a luxury house.
What?
He's driven everything from a Porsche to a horse,
to a penguin.
He's sailed
camel.
a yacht, flown a gyrocopter, and paddled like a kayak all over South Africa. Blind,
even out of rivers.
Blind.
What?
So the reason he was he's climbed Mount Etna. You know,
Etna.
Yeah, Etna isn't just a mountain.
No,
it's a volcano. Yeah.
Did you know before?
I don't think they told him.
Oh, okay.
It was during a snowstorm,
hot.
and while it was erupting. Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yes.
I'm just looking at the information I've got. He's kayaked the Tyrrhenian Sea. He's gone around Killarney International Raceway with 22 multifaceted means of mobility.
What?
In other words...
Wow, so just a whole lot of different ways in every sort of vehicle that he could
gone
possibly get his hands on.
Driving a Land Rover, an ambulance, a forklift, an ice cream bicycle, and even a custom-built kayak on wheels.
He's on a lot of pages in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Okay, so
but his organization, it does a thing with sticks.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
I don't think it's his organization.
It's something that he's part of.
The organization is American. It's called You Can Give.
Yeah, You Can Give.
So basically, I didn't know this.
Yeah?
White canes for blind people, those really sexy fold-up ones with a knobbly thing on the end that moves.
I don't think they've ever been called sexy, but yes.
They can fold up.
This is great marketing for them.
They fold up and they're easy to put in your pocket.
Yes,
like a penguin, really. So these cost an absolute fortune.
Yeah, which is wild to me.
I think they were throwing around prices around the 10 grand mark.
What?
Correct.
I'll get a stick, but they're very special. They're very well designed.
Lightweight. They're very, very strong. As I say, they fold up nicely, quickly.
Like there was what you were saying. Was there a video that you guys watched, or a story that he told of a girl who was being led around?
It was at a blind school. So what happens is America. There's this You Can Give company or organization in America refurbishes old ones. So
cool.
As you get older,
dig that, yeah.
As you get older, as you grow
up, yes,
you need to get a bigger cane.
Oh, okay, cool.
So Americans, being Americans, chuck the old cane away. They're probably much cheaper over there, or they hand it in and they get a new one.
A new one, yeah.
So they do wear out, especially the bitties.
Yeah, because they're knocking them. Yes,
they're knocking and all that. So they refurbished them really like proper refurbished.
Oh, good. Yeah.
New strings, new amplifiers.
Yes, I don't know what's in there.
I don't know what's in there.
Gyroscope.
Yes, yeah. And then they send them to places that need them.
Yeah.
So he gets hold of these because he's been around to blind schools there's quite a few schools in South Africa, and he's seen how dependent people are on being led around.
Yeah.
He says a lot of these schools are almost sort of left to their own devices.
Yeah.
Without their own devices.
Yeah.
And he says it's just so sad. And what you were talking about earlier, the story that they told us, which I told you, they had a young lass that was walking around, being led around.
Yeah, with like a guide.
She came to the sort of presentation of the canes, and she was being led there by someone else with a hand on the wall and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And he said that now he has Mr. Fenter has an assistant that goes around with him because obviously he needs a driver and what have you.
Well, not obviously. I mean, he's driven a camel. He can do it all.
He can do it all. No, so Christopher has a mate who goes around with him. Often they go around on a motorbike, by the way.
Oh, really?
He says Christopher sits on the back and falls asleep. But anyway, he witnessed, so he's fully sighted, and he witnessed this girl about 10 minutes after she was given her own cane. He said suddenly she was walking down the passage from her classroom.
What? All by herself?
She's walking by herself. She's tapping on the cane.
Oh, phenomenal.
Full of confidence.
Oh, that's good stuff.
And
that's great to hear.
It's absolutely amazing. And so
heartwarming.
It's a huge thing for them to get one of these canes.
Yeah.
But I think equally huge, I mean, the people that were with me, the Lions, who listened to Mr. Fenter's talk.
Awesome talk,
his motivational talk. He was so funny.
Yeah.
He had a couple of beers while he spoke.
Oh, yeah.
And he talked about his chocolate brown Labrador that is actually golden. But yeah, he was amazing. The way he tells people how unaccepting he was of his blindness. Okay, he's taken it on board, but unaccepting of the limitations.
That's a good way of saying it. Yeah.
He does motivational speaking. As we've said, he's done all these amazing adventure things.
Very, very cool to see.
Designed and built his own house, as we said, and he will not take no for an answer. He will make a plan. He'll find a way, and he says, you know what? He says, blind people think that the best and only job they can ever get is a telephone operator.
Oh,
he says those are the heights that they aspire to is to be a telephone operator. He says it's a load of rubbish. He says, can you believe there are people who are incredible on IT? They are incredible draftsmen. All that sort of thing.
All these things.
There's so much information. There's so much help out there. Available freely available for blind people.
Oh, that's fantastic.
They've just got to have access to it.
Yeah, that's very motivational.
His encouragement to them,
and that is, I mean, that's gonna ignite some passion, I'm sure, in a lot of people who hear it, and everyone who do, everyone who does. One of the other groups or organizations or people that do that, I think, in town are the Eagles, the Eagle Stars, the rugby team, and they've got their opening game coming up on Friday. Let's quickly give details about that because then we're going to close off.
Wobbling on rather a lot, haven't I?
I've just been enjoying it thoroughly. This Friday. Okay, Friday. What's the date for it? So that'll be the 20th, is it?
Yeah, it's tomorrow. Okay. So today is the 20th. So it'll be 21st.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah. And it's a home game?
It's a home game at the local grounds in that wonderful field in
it's beautiful. Yeah, it's fantastic.
And
the first friendly to start off the season.
I would imagine it's an A team and a B team game.
Oh, cool. Okay.
The first game obviously starts at 6:30. I don't think they'll play both games at the same time.
I mean, you never know. Be efficient.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's
cool. That's a team that's won the league a couple of times in years gone by, the local leagues.
Yeah.
And they've done really, really well. I think last year they didn't do as well because they did so well the year before. They were moved up a notch.
Oh, is it to like
to
a new
higher
league?
league.
Oh, wow.
So
That's gonna be cool.
they were then fighting against the big. Playing against the big boys.
It is. We can call it a fight. It's
an
rugby.
amazing team.
Let's call it that.
The information we got that it's under new management.
Yes, that's very interesting to hear. Let's hear what.
I'm going to find out more. It'd be nice to know who this. It was sponsored by Pick and Pay. For the last few years. They were in fact called the Pick and Pay Eagle Stars.
I wonder if they still. Oh, okay. That's going to be great to find out.
I've asked the question if they are still partly sponsoring.
Okay, cool. It'd be great to hear if they are.
I haven't had a reply. We only discovered they were playing half an hour ago. But that'll be good.
Yeah,
so
that'll be brilliant
an
to find
encouragement
out.
to everyone to
come and check that out, to see if we can get.
6:30.
That's a great unifying thing. It's a great thing to spur on. It's inspiring so many kids up in Smutsville across, just all over. So great to hear.
They always talk about sport being inspiration, but you've got to realize sport is not just something that takes your time up during the match game, but you're not gonna take drugs because you can't take drugs.
It's keeping you off there. It's giving you something to do, so you will get up earlier.
Smoking.
You will.
If you smoke and the guy on the team next to you doesn't, he's not going to pass the ball to you because you're going to be so far behind him. It really is an uplifting way of.
Oh, that's going to be cool.
It's hackneyed, but getting the kids off the streets.
Oh no, it is.
It's perfect.
No, it's a cliche for a reason. It's because it's something that works. It's very practical. It's very doable, and it's happening. And we just want to encourage and just so stoked to hear about that and to know that is still going on.
We are indeed. And finally,
yes,
we still have to do our debate.
Yes, that's still coming up. The issue with that is that
the time.
Yeah, the time. And Trump's just all over the place, man. Like it's trying to keep up with it.
Were you thinking of inviting him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll try to. I'll put it on X. I hear he's on there. Awesome. But that's us for today. We're totally out of time.
It's been great.
Oh, it's been great, man. Yeah. Thanks so much for the chat, Bomber.
Thank you.